Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with The Why, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. So today I have a question for you. How are you feeling about your body today? I would also ask you, what is the relationship between you and your body like today? And then final question, of course these are all related, is what is the internal dialogue within you sound like today? So is it a voice of criticism? Is it a voice of you should be doing things like this? You should be looking more like this? Is there a little shame wrapped up in there, or a little feeling of not being enough? Or perhaps you're feeling really grateful for what your body is doing for you, really appreciative of what you have and the health and well-being that you have, all the ways in which your body supports you in doing the things that you love. So of course, it's very human to have an experience either on one end or the other end of the spectrum, or of course somewhere in between. But we always have the ability to gently shift our perspective and our inner dialogue to a place that's more compassionate, a little bit more appreciative, and a little bit just kinder and more grateful. So wherever you are along that spectrum, we're just going to do some breath work today in order to shift that perspective and invite in just a little bit more softness, a little bit more sweetness into the way we're interacting with ourselves. Because when our inner dialogue is kinder, more compassionate, and less critical, we feel more able to step outside our comfort zone, more able to show up vulnerably for the people and ourselves in our lives. And it's a very small shift, but it can make a huge difference in the way we move through our day. And during this especially challenging year, having this tool, having the ability to shift that perspective even a little bit, it's going to make a huge difference. So again, today we're going to be using some breath work to gently shift that perspective from a place of criticism or shameful, not feeling enough, to a place of more compassion, gratitude, and appreciation for our bodies and all our bodies do for us. So wherever you are, I would just invite you to find a space where you can lay flat and comfortable. So whether that is a bed, a couch, a yoga mat, a place where you're going to be undisturbed and comfortable for about 7 minutes of breath work and 1 minute of rest. So I would invite you just to find that space and also perhaps grab a blanket or an eye cover, maybe put on a cozy sweatshirt, anything that's going to make you feel a little bit more comfortable and contained and ready to just almost like you're going to snuggle up with yourself. So once you have that space prepared, just let's go over what the breathwork pattern is going to be, and then we'll lay down and breathe. So we're going to be breathing with an open mouth the whole time. We're going to be taking a deep inhale into the low belly, a deep inhale into the high chest, into that heart space, and then exhaling to release. So I'm going to tip my screen down just so you can see my body, the way I'm breathing, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So open mouth the whole time. You're going to breathe into the low belly, into the high chest, exhaling to release. Low belly, high chest, exhaling to release. Low belly, high chest, exhaling to release. So that is what the breathwork pattern looks like. And again, we're going to be breathing for about 7 minutes, resting for 1 minute, utilizing this pattern for that 7 minutes of active breath. Now, if you start breathing and you feel like this breathing pattern is a little bit too much for you, you can always just breathe normally and notice your breath and what's coming up for you as you breathe. So taking the time to be with yourself and just notice those little subtle things that are happening within your body, which is kind of like the way that our body speaks to us, right? So go ahead and lay down. I'll be guiding you through this breath the whole time, finding your cozy spot and just getting comfortable. And now if you have an intent for your practice here today, maybe that is just to simply shift that perspective to a place of more appreciation. Maybe you've been getting down on yourself. You've been like, seeing all those memes or topics about the quarantine 15 or what your quarantine body should look like. And it's just not making you feel good about yourself. Today, we are going to just appreciate our bodies for the way they are and what they do every day to keep us alive. There's no one way that anyone should look or be. And our breathwork practice today, or my intent for us today, is to release that narrative of subscribing to a way that we should look, a way that our bodies should behave, a way that our bodies should be or feel. Let's release ourselves from that narrative, because we are all enough already exactly as we are. Our bodies are incredible, intelligent, and dynamic beings that are here to support us and house us as we move through life. And so just letting that sink in. Maybe if there's a little resistance that comes up when wanting that to sink in, just allow that, just be there for it. And whatever, specific intent you might have for yourself, let that come online. And so as you lay here, we'll practice this breath together before we move into the actual 7-minute session. So once again, breathing all through the mouth. We're going to be breathing into the low belly, breathing into the high chest, and exhaling to release. So let's practice that here together. Inhaling through the mouth into the low belly, into the high chest, exhaling to release. Low belly, high chest, exhaling to release. And so you can go ahead and just start that pattern. Finding your own rhythm, bringing in that fresh oxygen, that fresh energy into that low belly space, into that heart space, exhaling fully to release as you continue to breathe. And if your mind is feeling particularly grippy or wanting to stay in control, see if you can just send it a little appreciation for wanting to protect you, wanting to, just let it know it's safe to turn off for a few minutes as you sink into your body. Our gut brain and our heart brain are also centers of incredible intelligence, and we're just giving our thinking brain a little bit of a break. Continuing to breathe here, low belly, high chest, exhaling to release. And maybe thinking as you inhale that fresh oxygen, thinking of it like a little thank you. to your body, thinking of it like a little sweetness, like a little honey or a little thank you that you're breathing into your low belly, that you're breathing into your heart. Exhaling all of those feelings of not being enough. Exhaling all those feelings of I should be looking a certain way. I should be feeling a certain way. Everyone else looks a certain way. So exhaling those comparisons, exhaling that not enough as you breathe in new energy into those spaces. And if you're noticing that you are yawning a little bit, that is normal. See if you can take in perhaps 5% more breath into that low belly, 5% more into that high chest, maybe a fuller exhale. If you need to pause for a moment to take a deep inhale and exhale before returning to the pattern, let yourself do so. Listen to your body. And if you, again, notice that thinking brain still wanting to stay in control, let yourself return to the sensation, return to the feeling of your body, maybe what is coming up for you as you breathe. And maybe it starts to feel a little out of body as you breathe. And so if you need to feel something tangible to continue to stay rooted, you can just place your hands over your heart, perhaps gently massaging that heart space, inviting it to open a little bit more, opening to your breath. Continuing to breathe, you have just 2 minutes left. And so showing up for yourself for 2 minutes more. Once again, feeling as though those inhales, that fresh oxygen you're taking in, is appreciation for your body. A thank you to your low belly for digesting your food, for all your internal organs, for keeping you alive, for working together to keep you moving, able to appreciate and live life. Perhaps a thank you to your feet and your legs for carrying you all the places that you want to go. A thank you to your hands for helping you interact with life in all the ways that you do. A thank you to your senses for allowing you to experience life in all the ways that you do. A thank you to your skin, a thank you to your hair, a thank you just to all of your insides as you continue to breathe just for this last 30 seconds. Allow the breath to just send a deep thank you all the way down into your center. You can go ahead and relax that active breath, allowing yourself just to breathe normally, whether that's in through your nose or in through your mouth, letting your body relax. And if you're feeling a little lightheaded or a little vibraty within your body, just see if you can be with yourself and feel into the sensations that you are feeling. If you need to ground yourself or feel a little bit back into your body, you can again just place your hands on your heart space. If it feels right to gently massage that space. But as we're laying here resting, perhaps saying out loud, or you can just think it down into your body. You can say to yourself, I am doing such a good job, even though it's hard right now. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me. I am doing my best. I am doing my best. And I am so grateful for the support I have around me, for this body that I have. I am so grateful. And letting that just swirl into your insides. Having a moment of peace for yourself. And almost like you could smile inwards. Let's just hold that feeling. If you need to actually smile, let yourself smile, but almost like you were going to smile at all your insides. And let's just hold that for a moment. And so you're welcome to stay in this space for as long as you need to. You're welcome to return to this as many times as you need to. But you are welcome to continue on with your day. And I hope you found this supportive and just gently shifting your perspective from where you were to a place that perhaps feels a little bit sweeter and more compassionate. So I'll see you next time here on the Wise YouTube channel, and I hope you take care.